building community and advocating for the sustainable economic success of the greater Clinton region. Grow Clinton This Morning, a program in partnership with KROS.
Lesley Webster in the studio with us. Lesley, looks like it's raining pretty good out there.
It is. I was hoping that all of the rain would be off of me before we were here.
And of course, you are in red. Tell us about that.
So today is the Go Red for Women virtual event, which you can still sign up for. It's free to attend, and I happen to be one of the MCs.
Well, that is great. So when does everything get started?
It starts at noon. So it is. I know you can go online and look it up, and I will post something on the Visit Clinton page as well, so you can find it there.
Okay, great event. It's been going on for a number of years. It's been virtual, 18, I think, the last 3 years.
Yes.
They are hoping to maybe get people in next year.
I would assume so, yes. But I will say I was impressed. We had our run through yesterday, and I was really impressed. It's not, I've sat in virtual conferences and meetings that you just are propping your eyelids open because it's so boring. And it's not that at all. They've done a fantastic job. It's interspersed with a lot of different videos, some kind of chair yoga breaks. And Chris Remery from Creative Catering is doing a heart healthy recipe and demonstrating that and stuff. So it's going to be really good.
So the American Heart Association Go Red for Women event today
at noon.
All right, very good. You got a lot to talk about.
There's so much coming up. So this is the weekend you can breathe. We don't have a ton of things this weekend. So this is when you should go get your showboat tickets, go to the Lumber Kings. Although I did hear that they had a show.
They were postponed. You're right. They'll be back in town next Thursday.
Okay, next Thursday. So this is a weekend to go do all of those things without lots of extra people in town. But then the next weekend, the 29th, 30th, end of July, a lot of things kick off. So we do have Clinton citywide garage sales that weekend, the 29th and 30th. There's also Moonlight Madness, where a bunch of the downtown shops are staying open late till 10 p.m. on the 29th. So that should be a lot of fun. And those are the two big things that weekend. And then, of course, that's also when the Wedding Singer kicks off at the Showboat. So that should be really good.
Yeah, that's great to have that available to us down on the riverfront.
Do you ever get out to the shows?
I usually go up to Timberlake. I don't go for whatever reason to the
You're missing out. I went to Rogers and Hammerstein State Fair last week. I took my mother, and they're so good. They're a lot of fun. In the last half after the intermission, some shadflies had gotten in, and it was just so funny to see the actors kind of work that into their dances where they're batting away the show.
Well, it's like a state fair in Des Moines. So there you go. You're going to have shadflies. That's true. Right. Well, that is good. Yeah. Well, actually, James Beaudry, who was the artistic director, kind of cut his teeth up at Timberlake Playhouse.
Okay.
That's really where he got his start in summer theater. So it's good to have James back in the area again.
Right. And he really loves what he does. You could tell. And he's a lot of fun. So he's got a good lineup this year and good actors.
A lot of activities, of course, continue through the summer. And, of course, last night was Music on the Avenue.
Right. I did not get to last night's. I have been to them. But that's every Thursday night. And I believe they are ending at the end of July this year. So you need to get out there. I don't think there are August dates. I could be wrong.
You are never wrong. I know better than that. Well, there is.
You only have to say that to your wife. So.
There is music in August, however, because Totally Tuesday, August 2nd, over in Fulton, they're going to be at Drives Park. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Finally Fridays. They'll have their final one on August 5th.
That's right. And then also the night after that, August 6th, Wild Rose has One Night of Queen. So they have that show that night.
That ought to be pretty good. Mm-hmm. And you wanted to bring up another music fest that'll be coming up a little bit later on in August.
Yes, just a few weeks after that. So August 20th and 21st is the Kingdom Bound Christian Music Festival. Tickets are on sale now. Go on Facebook, look for Kingdom Bound Music. And so that's got Jordan Felice and Vertical Worship. If you follow Christian music at all, those are a couple big names. There are, I believe, 11 acts altogether for the 2 days.
Is that going to be down on the riverfront then?
Yes, at the band shell. It's only $25 for a ticket. It gets you in the gate there, and we'll have some bouncy houses for kids. We have food trucks, things like that. So it should be a lot of fun.
It is such a great venue for music. And,
it really
is. That's main stage there. They have done great renovation to that.
Yes, and it's just a great setup. I mean, and that's the same thing, Finally Fridays out there. We get a lot of wonderful use out of that area. So it's a great perk in this city.
And that area is going to be used in September for a Bacon and Brew Fest, right?
That's right. So Bacon and Brew Fest tickets went on sale this week. And Josh Eggers, who's the director of Parks and Rec, is running that. And he's so funny because he's like, every time a ticket sales, he's like, oh, we got another one. So go out and buy those. They are on sale now. If you just look at, I believe, Visit Clinton, Iowa, or at the Parks and Rec Facebook page. Both of us have it listed as an event, and you can go buy that.
And what a great combination, bacon and brew.
Right.
You can't go wrong with that.
You get in and you get your bacon samples for $2 from, there's 5 different food vendors lined up. And then I think we have 10 or 11 breweries lined up, and you get free samples there. And then JC's will be there selling.
Yeah, I would imagine, the bacon, there might be like chocolate bacon and different things like that.
Well, Yes, I think I shouldn't say what I think, but I know, for example, Deanna's Java is one of the vendors. So I'm very interested to see what she comes up with bacon.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's do a little. Recently had a big event down on the river, the Bass Tournament. I understand it went over very well. It
went so well. And I will tell you that the leaders really enjoyed it. They have talked about coming back already. Sure. One of the men that was instrumental in kind of coming here and scoping it out and recommending, yes, we would be great. He heads up the Iowa division of the Bassmasters Championship or whatever. And so he's really pushing to bring their state championship, which currently runs in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. He's pushing state championship back to Iowa here in Clinton. So he loved it.
That would be good, because I know the state of Illinois also has bass fishing competition for the high schoolers.
Right. And so what we hosted here was a regional competition that was a regional finals, I guess, or semifinals. And so we had 9 different states that were represented. And did I tell you about the Indiana guy yet?
No.
So the Indiana was the winning team from the state, but also the man who won for the day was from Indiana. And so I was talking with him a little bit, and we asked him how this compared to what he's used to fishing, because he said the whole state just loved coming here and fishing the Mississippi. He said where they're at, they fish the Ohio River, and it's just not as good at fishing. And he said on a good day, he'll pull in 3 pounds for the whole day. And so if he, after a 3-day event, took 9 pounds, that he would just wipe out the competition. And this time he had 22 pounds. So Indiana can't wait to come back here and fish.
I would guess so. And, it is such a great thing to have the Mississippi River right at our doorstep.
It's such an asset, and we see it every day. And I think sometimes people either forget, or if they've always been from here and haven't been from other places, they don't realize what an asset it is.
That is true. Because you're not from, you're from this area
I
originally.
grew up in Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
I grew up in Arizona. So I've lived around the Mississippi most of my adult life. Okay. And I really love it. There was about 5 years I lived in Central Illinois, and it was always something coming home, to see the river, you're home.
Yeah. I went to school at Fort Dodge at Iowa Central Community College, and I would come home on Interstate 80, and I would remember always going over the hill and seeing the Mississippi River as I was going to get onto Highway 67.
Right. And that's how you know you're home. Yeah. I lived in LeClaire for years.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was the thing. You get there and you're like, oh, right.
We're home. The Mississippi River.
That's right.
So the Bass Tournament went over very well. They're going to be coming back. And what other things have you got cooking?
So there are citywide garage sales coming up that people need to know about. I think I might have mentioned it for the 29th and 30th. That's the Clinton ones. I am not responsible for that. If you contact me, all I can tell you is go on Facebook and look. But while I'm saying that, I will pull up that. So you need to look. It looks like the Clinton Herald is putting those out. So a 2-day listing is $30 in the paper, and then the paper will be publishing the map. So that is for Clinton, July 29th and 30th. Then in August, Fulton is part of the Lincoln Highway, just like we are here. And so the Lincoln Highway has what they call the Lincoln Byway, B-U-Y. And so they host citywide garage sales all throughout the Lincoln Highway. So those are August 11th through 13th. The information will be out on Monday on the Visit Fulton Facebook page. And basically I think it is $20 but you get a portion of that back if you return your yard sale sign. And so they will also have a map. It will be throughout the whole town. And I have been told that in years past, it's madness. There is so much traffic. There are so many people in town for it. That's really cool.
All right. So, hey, again, good luck today. The Go Red for Women event. You look great there in your red. If people need to find out more about what's going on in our area, how can they do that?
So follow us on social media. We have Visit Clinton, Iowa. We have Visit Fulton. We have the Grow Clinton page. Go look on social media. That's one of the most up-to-date things.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.